Hey guys, so if you haven't heard, ChatGPT recently launched image input. This is something that, as of the time of this recording, is not necessarily available to all users, but if you do have ChatGPT 4, which is the paid version, you will likely see this little image icon down here in the chat box pretty soon if you don't see it already. But these are a couple ways that you can actually use this as a marketer. Specifically, this is for marketers. It's just a really cool way to kind of maybe speed up your process or give your clients a quick update. The first way that we're going to use this is by taking a screenshot of Facebook campaign metrics. This is specifically for Meta Ads metrics, and asking ChatGPT to tell us about the campaign's performance compared to the other campaigns in the image. So let's give it a try and see what happens. I'm going to give it a simple prompt here, just telling it that I'm going to give it an image, and I'm going to ask what it can tell me about my most recent campaign, which is the one at the top of the list in the image compared to the previous campaigns. I want it to act as an expert Facebook ad strategist and explain it in simple terms as if explaining it to my client. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this image here, and let's see what it gives us. Now, it's important to know that I had to tell it that the most recent campaign was at the top of the image. I have some information kind of blocked off from this screen just for privacy reasons. But I tried this before without telling it the location of the most recent campaign, and because there's no date shown in any of these columns, it thought that the bottom one was the most recent campaign. So this is great. Right now, it's giving me an overview of the most recent campaign results, and even giving me a little bit of a description about what each of these things mean. For example, frequency. Now it's giving me a comparative analysis compared to the previous campaigns, which is great. This is super, super helpful. And if I were preparing a quick email update to my client, for example, and wanted to give them an overview of what is different about this campaign that we're running compared to their previous campaigns, this would be a big help in doing that. So it's giving me a really nice, thorough overview of what it's seeing on the screen there, on that image. Really impressive that it's pulling out all of this information pretty accurately. So it looks like, all in all, it seems like a winning strategy was employed for this campaign. That's good to hear. So I'm going to ask it for a little bit more information. I don't want to have to do any math right now, so I'm going to ask it to tell me the percentage increase or decrease of the key metrics. Now, I did this before with just this prompt that I put in. Great, can you give me an overview of the percentage increase, decrease in key metrics compared to the next most effective campaign? And it gave me a really kind of long, overview here. So I'm just going to ask for a simple bullet list. And obviously you'll want to check the math on these until you're pretty, pretty sure that it's doing it correctly. In the last iteration of this, when I didn't ask for a simple bullet list, it actually broke out the entire math equation. So I was pretty sure that it was getting it right. Apologies in advance if you can hear any strange noises in the background. My 5-year-old is playing on her keyboard at the moment. Okay, great. So it gave me an overview of those percentage points. Now I'm going to tell it a little bit about what we did differently in this campaign compared to what this client had done previously. And then I'm going to ask it to write an email updating the client on the campaign's progress using a certain tone of voice here. So I'm just letting it know that some of the ways that we achieved these results were broadening the audience, switching to a daily budget instead of a lifetime budget, and leveraging an engagement-based retargeting audience to capture people who paid attention to our top funnel campaign. So I wanted to write an email updating my client on the campaign's progress, and use a professional yet friendly and approachable tone as if speaking to a coworker. So let's see what it gives us. ChatGPT loves its emojis. Fortunately, so do I. So if I were doing this to actually send to a client, I would have given it an example of an email that I sent previously so that it could write a little bit more effectively in my tone. But this is just an example of what you can do, with this image generation tool. I mean, something like this before, this has only taken us, we've been on this for about 6 minutes so far. All it took was a screenshot of these metrics and, I'm already basically writing an email to update my client on the campaign progress in the middle of the campaign. So, this is a huge time saver. I can think of lots and lots of ways, that I could use this moving forward. I hope this one is helpful for you as well. Let me know what you think you would use this kind of a tool for here. The next one that I'm going to show you is actually a super fast, way to knock out a really important task that a lot of us actually overlook, but again, it's super, super, super important. So we're going to start a new chat for this one. And again, we want to make sure that we're in GPT-4 so that we have access to that image. And this is a really, really fast one, but I can't overstate how important it is. And this is actually something that I know so many people just kind of either forget to do or they put off doing. They view it as sort of an afterthought. And I'm talking about writing alt text for images. Previously, alt text, a lot of people would type in something like, blog header image or something like that wasn't particularly descriptive. What we want to be sure of when we're doing alt text for images is that this is something that will help someone who is visually impaired or otherwise has a hard time processing these images and is maybe using a screen reader to understand the context of the image being used. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give it an image and I'm asking it to write high quality alt text for it that aligns with ADA guidelines for website accessibility. You guys, this is a really big deal. This is something, again, that we all should be doing, but I know a lot of us neglect to do this, but we're basically alienating a huge percentage of our audience if we don't write this alt text to actually make it easier for people to process this information, who maybe are using a screen reader or another accessibility device. So I'm going to give it an image here that is an image of me as a promotion for a summit that I'm speaking at actually next week as of the time of this recording, and let's see what it comes up with. And it's doing a fantastic job here. It's pulled out the name of the summit. It's got me in there. It's describing me, and it's giving the text accurately for the quote, as well as the call to action. So that is a great alt text, some great alt text right there. Very descriptive. It describes exactly what it is. It's a promotional graphic, and I'm super happy with that. And if I were just to go, if I were building a new page on my website, I would basically feed this every image that I have and ask it to write alt text for me. It would take me a fraction of the time. If I had to sit here and kind of think, well, how am I going to write this alt text? It would have taken me much more time than it took me to actually produce this. So this is really, really cool. You guys, this is such a cool tool. I can think of so many ways to use this even outside of marketing. I heard of someone who took a photo of their spice rack in their pantry and asked for recipes using the different spices, or asked ChatGPT to tell them whether or not they were low on certain spices and what needed to be reordered. I mean, the possibilities possibilities are endless. I'm going to have so much fun using this today. I noticed that it also rolled out on the ChatGPT mobile app. I'm on Android, and yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be snapping pictures all day and asking it things about those pictures. So let me know in the comments what you guys think you will use it for, if you have any cool ideas. And yeah, I hope you enjoy.